everyone. Welcome to Tuesday number 67 with my co-host Dee of Dee's Creative Hands Crochet.
Hi, everybody.
I hope everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon or morning, wherever you may be. And if you are currently with us here in the chat, please leave us a comment and let us know that you're here. And if you are watching on replay, thank you so much. Please leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know what you're working on and how you're doing. So how are you doing today, Dee?
I'm all right. I didn't get the showers and I fell asleep. And so I got yesterday's hair and makeup, but I'm all right. Hey, so what have you been working on, Crystal? Honestly, I haven't even asked you lately. You haven't been working on anything besides your Addie stuff?
Well, I did do a little bit on my stole the last couple of days. I'm into the third repeat out of 15.
Oh, on the knitting project you're working on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You go, girl, with that knitting. I'm afraid of knitting.
Aw.
I am. Because, like, just using the Addie machine when you're knitting, oh, yeah, it's coming out pretty. If you drop a stitch, it's like, oh, it can ruin the whole project. And that's what freaks me out about knitting. Like, with, with crochet, you can just go back. With knitting, you can't, you don't catch it or it takes off on you, you're in bad shape, So that's what intimidates me about knitting. I learned that from the Addie machine.
I used to get intimidated big time, but I just was like, you know what? I'm going to jump in head first because I was trying to do lace knitting. And Gina of Knitting Turnpike and Sabrina Melodeuce, they both kind of like helped me make up my mind. And then I tried my first lace weight knitted shawl. And after that, I absolutely fell in love with it. So
that's what I'm
glad I got out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I'm afraid of dropping stitches and I'm afraid I'll fall in love with it. So. Oh, there's Abigail.
Well, oh, hi, Abigail. Thank you so much. Let me play my little video. I'll welcome everybody in just a second. I haven't even gotten to that yet. Thank you, Abigail. This is for you.
Oh, boy. Hey, Raise Addiction. Hey, Yarnbarf. Hey, Connie. Let's see who else we got here. I got my project in the way here. Angela, right? Seen anybody else I missed? Queen Mama Hillbilly House with Anita. The Angela's working on something knitted too. Did you read her comment? Hi, Tina. Saying hello to everybody. I'm not trying to say hello over you. They're saying hello, Crystal Andy. So, hi, Dawn. Hi, Dee. I got my package. Thank you very much. You're very welcome, Angela. Oh, yeah, Connie, I know. I watched you had done a video on lifelines or something, and I checked into it, and I'm thinking, I think I'm just happy with crochet. I'm just too nervous. I know, that's terrible, huh? All you knitters out there going, sissy.
Okay, I actually just got my screen back and volume back from when I played that video. That's how much of a lag my internet is going.
Oh, wow.
I could hear
Hello,
talking. My mic was muted. It wouldn't let me unmute it. But hello, everyone. Welcome in. I want to say hello to everybody. Hi, Ray, Abigail, Christy, Dawn, and my mouse will not scroll. There it goes. Connie, Angela, Anita, Tina.
Abigail said she said, "Hi, ladies. Got home from the hospital. I hope all that testing went good. In time to watch you both. Crystal, if it's okay, I'll catch up with you all later. Later on tonight. So yeah, Abigail, we'll see you. We'll talk to you tonight. That's fine." She says, "I haven't forgotten about my girl." We haven't forgotten about you either. Aww. That's so sweet. Look at what Dawn.
I had a message Dee asking if she heard from you yesterday, but she goes, "No, I haven't. She went for testing." I'm like, "Okay, I hope she's all right."
Dawn Barkley says she's working on a knitted shawl, dropped a couple stitches, and while fixing it, messed it up more. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That would send me through the roof. I couldn't do it. When I get really frustrated,
I did that the other day.
Anything up or whatever, I give it to Mark. Here, I ain't got the patience. I ain't got the patience for all that mess. He does. Just like, give it to me, honey.
Well, yeah. I had 2 rows back. I missed a yarn over. I was like halfway on a knit row where you have all the different patterns. I had to unknit all of that and then unpurl the other row. I had just done to try to fix a yarn over I missed, which that's kind of easy, but I had my stitches on the purl side twisted around and I didn't realize that until about 3 or 4 stitches in. I'm like, wait a minute, that don't look right. So I had to back up and fix that again. I was like, oh man.
I don't know what all that means, but it sounds horrible. Knit, purl, all that, I don't know.
I had to frog some of my knitting.
Okay, gotcha. Hi, Patty.
Welcome to Patty and Dina and Avita.
Yeah, Avita's here. Lord have mercy. No, I think Mark turned on the TV. I heard a bunch of folks talking. I was like, what is all that, man? That's clear other end of the house, so I can't never tell. Danny Joe says she's tardy to the party.
You're never tardy here.
No, we're just hanging out.
People usually just come in and go as they please, so that's fine.
Joanna, what am I missing there?
Gina on Knitting Turnpike video on how to fix knitting without taking it all out. I had seen that. I think I bookmarked it for later. I usually bookmark a lot of those and forget I bookmarked them.
Ray's saying hi to Joanna. Who's Joanna?
Joanna, she changed her name. I did notice that. Ganny Joe, aka Joanna.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to see who that was exactly.
I can't remember her original name, but I did notice she had changed it. And she added her name in her title.
Hey, Ganny Joe, do you get Annie's Knit Club and Crochet and Knit Club? I mean, got a question for you on that. Dina says Dina says that she's working on the snowflake blanket for her daughter with the hook you made her, Crystal.
Aw. Well, I'm glad it's working out. I always kind of worry about that. Like, what if I put the hook on wrong and it's slanted or, so I'm glad it's working out.
Okay, well,
I realized
oh, I'm sorry. I was just answering Granny Joe. I didn't mean to talk over top of you. What was you saying?
there's so much of a lag. I know you don't mean to overtalk. It's not on purpose. I was just gonna say the message that I have Nightbot drop for a shout out to Kathy Hacker. It says Clus instead of club. Cat Clus.
All right then. Well, what I was going to say to
I gotta
Granny
change.
Joe is if you email me, here I'll show you what I got. I was so bummed it wasn't blue. It's pink, and she's got a great granddaughter she's making stuff for. And I got this. Got this morning, and it's a cute little sweater kit. Isn't it cute? But I don't have any little baby girls around me, so I thought maybe I'd send it over to you if you want it.
We're saying cat claws. That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Right. She made a basket to stuff more yarn in. You sound like me. Yeah, that's a cute little sweater. I got it this morning. I was like, we don't have no baby girls, and my grandkids are all, my kids aren't going to have any more kids, and my grandkids, are just now starting to get old enough to, be in serious relationships and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured I'd send it over to you, Joanna. We were talking on something yesterday, the day before. I think it was on my where did I read that message? Anyway, it might have been on Connie's Just Another Stitch on her live, or I'm not sure where. But anyway, she's having a great grand baby girl, and I'm having a great grand baby boy. And then I get that this morning. I was like, doggone it, they could have sent me boy stuff. Hi, Sally.
Ganny Joe's name was stitched by Ganny.
Yeah, I remember when it was that. Okay, so she just changed it up. Ooh, Sally just finished canning cherry syrup.
Sally?
Yum. That sounds delicious. I love cherries. I just bought a big old bag of cherries. But here in Michigan, we have a town called Traverse City, and they have a cherry festival every year. So Michigan's like known for cherries. And I got a big old bag of cherries. I grabbed a couple last night before I went to bed, but I haven't eaten them yet. But they're really sweet. Dina says she only has 2 grandsons, 14 and 12. I got 13. 7 of them are boys, my grandkids. 7 are boys and 6 are girls. Is that the way it is? Yeah, 6 are girls. And then I got a great grandbaby boy coming. Yarnbarf says, that is funny, Ray. I can imagine you buying more yarn to make more baskets to store more yarn in. Yep. Ooh, homegrown cherry, Sally says. Yum. Awesome. I love that strawberry jam.
Even better.
Yeah, I love that strawberry jam your grandma sent me. Oh, it is delicious.
Awesome.
I love it. She's all worried I wouldn't like it. I love it.
Well, see, she don't like lemon, so
I do.
That's why she didn't like it.
Oh, that's good. I like it a lot.
Hi, Sally and Lisa the Grammy. Welcome in. Connie says, yep, that was on her.
Yeah, I thought it was. And when she was mentioning she's having I knew it stuck in my head, and I thought, I think it's Ganny Joe. I think I'll send this to her because it's super cute, and the yarn is really nicely constructed. I really like it. It's just acrylic, but I don't know if you can see, Crystal, but see how nice it's spun?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like, yeah,
That's pretty cool.
It's real shiny, beautiful yarn, but it's paint. Yeah, once a Michigander, always a Michigander, that's for sure. Hey, Jen Reeves.
Kind of like, see, she's from Travis County. I'm a Michigan gal in a Texas world. I'm in Texas, so hello, fellow Texan.
How do I manage to look so very young? I'm almost 60, girl.
On the
Look at these
inside.
wrinkles.
It's a TARDIS reference, which is Doctor Who related. She used my TARDIS emoji. Oh, Lisa the Grammy was in Michigan at the end of July.
Oh, wow. You should have got a hold of me. We could have met at a yarn store or something. Anybody coming to Michigan, send me an email. We'll go meet at a yarn store. Go watch coffee or something.
My chat disappeared.
Oh, Lord, I keep talking over top of you. I do not mean to. Must be the lag.
There's such a bad lag, and I have no other tabs open. But we are having problems with our internet here lately.
Let's stop.
Hi, Jen Reeves. Welcome in. And Vita is asking, Dee, how do you manage to look so very young?
Oh, please. I got wrinkles and gray hair, and I don't know, man. Maybe this camera does me good. I don't I've always been kind of photogenic, but if you look close, you know. Oh, she said she had a family reunion at Dad's house last Sunday of July. Kim says she doesn't have any children, but she has 8 siblings and bunches of nieces and nephews and great nieces and great nephews and all that. Yeah. You see what Yarnbarf? I just love her. She's so crazy.
Connie says, I'm a Louisiana girl.
Yarnbarf says, in Vita, it's all smoke and mirrors, or maybe it's Maybelline. Got that right. That's funny. She cracks me up, man. I just love her.
Tina says, I'm in DFW area, Crystal. I'm not sure. Dallas, Fort Worth. Okay, yeah, I had to think about that a second. I've only been up about 2 hours, and I'm only on my second cup of coffee, so that didn't register right quick.
Crystal hasn't been feeling real well neither, so
yeah,
she's not.
I'm doing good just to be here.
Yeah.
I'm about an hour north of Houston, so kind of in between Dallas and Houston.
Lisa says all of her family is from Michigan.
Awesome.
When are we going to have another party? Abigail wants to know.
When we have something to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly. I'm at like 2,500 or something. Or no, 1,250. That's what I meant to say. When I get to like 1,500, I'll probably have another big party. How about you, Crystal?
Well, I had originally thought about doing, like, since I had hit 1,000, I was gonna, instead of doing one a giveaway every 100, I was gonna put it at every 250. Well, I missed that 250 mark, so I've been almost having constant giveaways for different various collaborations that I've been in. Yeah, and I'm still in one right now, but I really don't know. I guess my bigger celebration is going to be when I hit 1,500. So that's about 200 more away.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Youpers, yeah. Mark's family's all up, in the Upper Peninsula. So he's got Youper hats and all kinds of stuff, That's where he goes hunting every year. That's where we go fishing. I love to crochet's in the house. All handmade
Hey,
Connie.
Tank. Hi, other Connie.
Other Connie. Youpers.
Well, now we have 2 Connies in here.
Yeah, Upper Michigan is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's green and lush, and there's tons of wildlife. It is just beautiful. Beautiful in the UP. Beautiful. We're just all little crazy, Ray says. You ain't kidding. I'll tell you what, me and Mark go up there, I spend the entire time laughing. Those people are just nuts. Thanks here.
Welcome in, Wanna Ray Folger.
Oh, okay. I was reading, Lisa said she stopped by her mother's house in Bridgeport and she gave her a few skeins of yarn. She can't crochet anymore because of her hands.
Dina's sister was named Connie too.
Yeah, Joanna, the colors of fall are beautiful. Crocheting Agreements here.
I forgot your name. I'm sorry. But welcome in, Crocheting Agreement.
I'm just learning everybody's name, so unless it's in the title, it takes me a minute.
Yeah. I used to have a cheat sheet somewhere. I don't know what I did with it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did tell me about your cheat sheet. I need to get one of those. Hi, Pamela.
Hi, Pamela. Welcome in.
Wanna Folger. How do you say her name? You told me once.
Wanna Ray. I had to ask her that one time how to say her name, and I go, Wanna, W-A-N-N-A. Yeah. She says, just call me Nita.
Yeah.
No, it's not a stupid nickname. I actually like that name. It's pretty. It's unique. I've never heard it before.
Right. Once you learn how to say it, Wanna Ray. That's pretty. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth from Florida. Loves and loops and more. Ring around the rosy vest. I want to make one of those round vests, They're kind of pretty. Especially if, it looks like a mandala kind of deal. I really like that. I like mandalas, though. Got them all over my house that I made.
Crocheting Agreement's name is Melissa. Now that I see that on the screen, I remembered that.
I'll let you read that one.
Welcome in, Elizabeth.
St. Marie, I've been there many times. Yeah, right. That's the way they make the pasties here, is they put meat and stuff in them. Yeah, I've had them many times. They're actually really good. They would kind of remind me of a pot pie, but, like folded in half or something. Good.
Welcome in, Kim G.
Mark's out in the driveway working on a jet ski. And he's out there jamming. I can hear him. got Bob Seger playing. So are you starting on fall projects? Or are you just sticking with summer for right this minute?
I just kind of do my own thing. I don't really do seasonal unless it's like around Christmas. I might do something Christmassy, but other than that, I don't like crochet certain things for summer or certain things for winter. I just crochet whatever, kind of draws my attention.
Yeah, it's too hot for blankets and stuff. And it's like right about this time of year, it's like you don't know what to do. Do you continue doing summer weight projects or do you move into fall or what? It's like I haven't decided. Like once I get done with my baby stuff, it's going to take me a minute. But once I get done doing my baby stuff, it's like, I'm always thinking ahead. What's my next project? What's my next project? And I got a big long list. I just, like you, can't find my list. So.
Pamela Hunter is asking, does anyone know what happened to Doris from Rose Cottage Studio? I think she's out, she's taking a break from YouTube, or she got rid of her channel. I'm really not sure. Last I knew, she was taking a break for a little while.
Oh, Joe's here. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Welcome in.
Ray says she's making a cloak for my fall time. There's
All Handmade Connie. No, I'm not. I honestly don't know what lot D6 really is. I've heard people talk about it, but I haven't paid that much attention.
So what now?
All Handmade Connie said, so Crystal, are you doing the lot D6?
What is that?
That's what I'm saying. I have no idea what it is. I know it's something that several people are doing, but I'm really not sure.
Like a cow or something, or
probably.
You know what? I bought that cottage core pattern, that mosaic. I really want to give it a shot. Yeah, I've never done mosaic before, but people say once you start it, it's not hard. It's kind of easy. How's the jet ski going? Here comes Mark.
Pain in the butt.
Pain in the butt?
Yeah.
Would they blow up the motor?
Yeah, motor turns on. But it won't turn over. The start button and you got lanyard on it and everything won't do that. Something's messed with it. And the oil that's in the boat, the motor oil out of it.
That's awesome, Ganny Joe.
Oil out of the tank. Now, 2-cycle oil green. This oil's black. Somebody dumped the motor oil in. I think somebody sabotaged it. Wanted to buy it.
Yeah.
It was blowing up. I hate when people do that.
Yeah.
They might have spun the computer up.
Oh boy.
Lisa the Greamy says she works on blankets all year. Ray's Yarn Addiction is making a hooded cloak for my fall time. Tank is crocheting Christmas shawls. There's Passamaquoddy Cindy. Welcome in, Cindy.
I love to crochet. Said that Doris had an illness in her family. And so did Don Barclay. Said they had family health issues. So that must be what the deal was with Doris. Yeah, I mean, she was doing so awesome and she's just gone.
Yeah.
She's a very sweet lady, too. I hope everything goes all right with her family.
Joanna says, oh, yeah, Bob Seger. I'm stuck on my Motown music, even in Texas.
Luck of the draw is what that is. 6.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I remember.
Yeah, you can crochet around elastic. Yeah, you sure can.
Yep. Welcome in, Nova.
Anita says that her to-do list is in her head and it keeps screaming at her. He's already took off Yarnbarf. I'm sorry, I just said hello for you. Yeah, Passive Quota's working on circular vest too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, maybe that'll be my next project. I don't know. You ever made one, Crystal?
Made what?
A circular vest? Have you ever made one?
Yeah, and I think it was made out of different colored green yarns. And when I put it on, I look like a turtle.
Oh, you're so funny.
So I kind of put it in a garage sale. I was like, I don't want to look like no turtle.
It's like me. I used to do a Native American ceremony where I danced and whatever. And my mom made my dress, you know. I'm Native American, if you guys don't know. And believe it or not, I'm only 25% Irish. The rest is Native, and look how I look, right? Redhead stepchild. But anyways, you know, I go to visit my Native friends or whatever, and I'm like, you know, as white can be, right? And but anyways, I'll go to dance, you know, and my mom make my dress, you know, my ribbon dress for dancing. And one year she made it for me, and it was bright school bus yellow. I mean, you could see me coming for a mile. I'm like, Mom, you don't put school bus yellow on a fat girl, okay? You don't do it. It's just, you know, it's not becoming. But I had to wear it, you know. So she, you know, surprised me with this brilliant yellow, big old dress. I was like, oh man, I'll show you guys sometime. I thought I looked like a school bus coming. That's what I look like. Yarnbarf said her channel is gone. Sources.
Oh, wow. So she deleted everything.
That is really sad. She didn't even leave her tutorials up or nothing?
I guess not.
Pamela Hunter said I knew she had a family illness, and then she wanted us to keep watching her video playlist. Then her channel disappeared. Aw. Hi, Elena. That's so sad.
Cindy's working on a circular vest.
I know a couple people are. Maybe that's what I need to be doing. Love and Loops and more said, instant Halloween costume, Crystal. There's your turtle outfit. Hair scrunchies. Yeah, I made a bunch of those lately, too. Crystal the Ninja Turtle. I gotta tell you a story about Ninja Turtles. This is so funny. One day I'm sitting at my dining room. This is when I lived in the house I raised my kids in. And it was just a big old house. And so I had like a good portion of the block, honestly. And, you know, my yard was huge and all that. Well, anyways, one day I'm sitting at the dining room table at a big picture window, and I'm looking outside. I was watching the birds eat at my bird feeders, you know. And I was watching the birds and, you know, kind of checking out what kind of birds are out there. And I look over, and here goes 3 Ninja Turtles running like their butts are on fire down the road. And I'm like, I mean, grown men dressed like Ninja Turtles. I'm like, what the heck? You know, you never know what you're going to see on that road. So anyway, there goes these 3 men, and they're just hauling butt. Next day, I see on the news, 3 Ninja Turtles rob a bank in Taylor.
Oh, wow.
They had robbed the bank at the end of the street, and I watched them run down the road. So good Lord. You wouldn't even know all the stuff I've seen on that road. I used to laugh about it. Yeah, Ninja Turtles robbed a bank. Granny Joe wants to know, is the live shareable onto her channel?
Is the live shareable onto her channel?
Yeah.
I mean, if you had a community tab, you could share out the live that way, but I don't think you can actually share the actual video to your channel. I mean, I don't know. I know people have done it, but I think you have to download the actual video and something.
Kim says she's buffering terribly. She's only catching a few words at a time. Maybe go out and come back in. Try that.
Okay, I'll try that.
And Joe says, better turtles than ex-presidents. That movie was that with her surfers. Okay, I don't know. What movie was that with the surfers? I know what you're talking about. The movie with the presidents that robbed a bank. The one had Richard Nixon mask on and all that. Yeah, you might be able to share it on the Facebook feed. I'm not sure. Point Break. Yep, that's what it was. You're right, Pam. Who was it that said that? Oh, I love to crochet. Okay, what did Tank say? Woohoo, Tank. Yep, that's it. Yep, Point Break. That's what it is. Keanu Reeves, right? Patrick Swayze, that's another one. Pretty men. Yeah, it was a really awesome movie, right? Really awesome. Crystal's having problems with her internet too, so that may be some of it that's making the lag. Hang tight for a second, she'll get it fixed. She is, yeah, she's a technical wizard, this girl. Yep, two hotties. I agree, Dina. Really, Joanna? She spent a lot of time at her grandparents' house in Taylor. That's where I grew up, Taylor, Michigan.
Can anybody hear me any better?
Yeah, I can hear you real good. I don't know about everybody else.
It still looks like when I move, I'm lagging a little bit. So I don't know if that helped on anyone else's end or not.
No, it's Taylor, Michigan. And what did I Love to Crochet say her name was? I feel bad when I don't know people's names.
Tank.
Tank. I should know that. No, it was Taylor, Michigan, Tank. Off Polk Street. I know right where that's at. Yep, I grew up on Jackson, right by the roller rink. We're talking Taylor stuff. I grew up right off of Jackson by the roller rink, by Fantasy Roller Rink, and by Travano's Pizzeria. Mark grew up on the other side of Travano's Pizzeria, across Eureka. So yeah, I know that area really well. Everybody's saying it sounds good, Crystal.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody can hear you good. Tank says that there's a Taylor, Texas, too. Are you aware?
I know there's a Tyler.
Yeah, I know about Tyler. I've heard that before. But Taylor, Texas, too, she said. Spelled the same way and everything. It is a small world, Joanna. It's something. Yeah, I know right where Polk is. But I grew up on Jackson in between Eureka and Pennsylvania. And Mark grew up on Ziegler between Eureka and Northline. So we were like a mile apart. Mark's a little bit older than me, so we didn't really hang out in the same crowd. So it took me many, many years to meet him. But we know all the same people, went to all the same places. But he was, he was like, I think he's about 4 years older than me, somewhere around there. So when I was in junior high, he was in high school or whatever. So we never really met. But he's got 7 brothers, and he's got younger brothers. My brother knows some of his brothers, but I can't put faces with names that far back. Isn't that terrible? Hank says it's near Round Rock or Georgetown. You know where that's at, Crystal?
Not really.
Huh.
But Texas is a big state, so.
Yeah, she said Taylor is a German area.
I'll have to look into that and see exactly where it's at in Texas.
Tina says she knows some people in Taylor, Texas. Her friends had relatives there. Yeah, Taylor, Michigan's probably one of the biggest cities other than Detroit. But I grew up in the suburbs, and we had, rocky roads. I mean, I had a little bitty tiny neighborhood. It was like 3 blocks long, and that was it. And we were, away from everybody. So, we, like I said, I went to a 4-room elementary school and walked on dirt roads, and they used to come and spray that nasty oil on it. Oh, God. My mom would make all of us kids, because we was always barefoot. My mom would make all of us kids, before we were allowed to come in the house, she'd spray the grass, and we'd have to be out there rubbing our feet in it to get the oil off. That oil got hot.
Bye, Joe. Have a good day.
Oh, bye, Joe.
Okay, I know where Texas is. She says Round Rock and Georgetown are just an hour south of where I live in Temple, Texas. Temple is by not Hempstead, Hempstead or whatever it is.
The only time I've ever been to Texas, I had a run to Lubbock, Texas, I think is the name of the town when I used to drive a truck. And I was stuck there for New Year's Eve. And so I was trying to find something to do for New Year's Eve. And the only thing they had going was a jumpy house for kids. So, it was a very boring New Year's Eve. I was trying, see if they had a fair going or something. There's nothing going on there. Yeah, Stolt sounds very German. It's funny what a small world it is, You get on here and there's all kinds of people from Michigan, not too far from me. I mean, Joanna went to Taylor, Michigan all the time. That's, the town I grew up in. Like I said, it's a big town, though. It is. There's like, the suburb side, the city side, there was one part of it we called Sin City. That tells you something. Taylor's a big town. My puppies keep walking past the window here, laying in the sun. They're so cute.
Christy says, my dad was getting out of the Army while my mom was entering junior high school. She was 21 and he was 34 when they married.
Wow. I got married when I was about 16, 17.
Temple is close to Fort Hood. Okay. I know where Houston and Austin and San Antonio and Dallas and stuff like that are. Galveston, Beaumont.
Ray's got little emojis of musical notes. It's a small world after all. Right?
It sure is.
Yeah. Like I said, any y'all in Michigan, if you're, wanting to meet up at a yarn store, or if you're coming visiting or whatever, let me know. We'll meet up. Oh, okay.
I didn't know you were that close, Tank.
Yeah, 45
I mean,
miles.
when you lived, you said 45 miles.
Sing it, Ray, Tina says. Yeah, thanks a lot, Ray. Me too. That's what happens to me. I'll get something. I was literally singing it in my head. You know, one that really sticks in my head
Hey,
too. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's better than having a French song stuck in your head. I was watching an episode, and it had Alouette,
Yeah.
where it's talking about plucking the feathers off a lark in French.
Yeah.
I had that one stuck in my head for like 4 days.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know what gets me is Dock of the Bay. You know that song? Sitting in the morning sun. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That song will stick in my head for weeks. And, man, I shouldn't start singing it neither. Oh, for two reasons. One, it's going to stick in my head, and the other one, I can't sing. The song that never ends, right? It's on and on and on, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, Charity, welcome in.
Hi, Charity. That's called an earworm. Yarnbarf says, yeah. Yeah. Man, my mouth's dry. I can always tell when my allergy pills kick in, because then my mouth gets so dry, like, ugh.
Yeah.
As I was saying to you, I think you might have a sinus thing going on, making you feel like that and giving you headaches and stuff.
Yeah.
Got a neti pot or anything like that, Crystal?
Any what?
A neti pot? Do you have one of them?
I don't think so, but we have like Vicks Vapor Rub and sinus medications and different stuff like that. I never thought it would be sinus until you said something about that.
Yeah. You know, because your sinuses are all around your eyes. So when you have that kind of a headache, it's usually, you know, I'm the queen of sinus and allergies and all that. And when you have that pressure around your eyes a lot of time, it'll give you a headache or even a migraine. You know, make you sit in a dark room with a cold pillow, you know. That kind of headache.
Yeah. I even thought it was my glasses because I would wear them a couple of days in a row and then my head would start hurting, so I'd take them off, and so I thought it was my glasses doing it. So I kind of quit wearing them for a few days to see if that would help, and then it seemed to get worse, so I don't think it's the glasses.
Yeah, you probably got a sinus thing going on. That would be my guess. See, this yarn is knotted up. It's like the fuzz catches on itself. And more trouble with this yarn.
Wait, what? I won something? I haven't seen it yet. You just spilled the beans. I guess I won on Gina's, the knitting bike, a giveaway from her.
Oh, wow. Hi, Gina. I didn't know. Gina in here?
No, D Yummy Elmo 69 just popped in and said, "Congrats, Crystal, on your win on Gina's, the Knitting Turnpikes giveaway."
Well,
so I didn't even know I won. Y'all let me know. Thank you. How exciting. People are singing different songs in the chat.
I know it. I know it. 100 bottles of beer on the wall. That's another one there, Tank.
Oh, wow. One says, my brother is putting, my comment just went upward, putting down flooring in this house so my sinuses are shot. Oh, it's okay, yeah. D. Yummy. It's fine. I may have missed it. I mean, I haven't been on YouTube looking at notifications in the last couple of days because it felt good, so I might have missed it. But thank you.
Yeah, thanks for letting her know. It's always cool when someone says, hey, you went over there, you know, if you haven't had a chance to look.
Yeah, usually if I know how, like, say if I see somebody that want to give away and I can actually get a hold of them, I usually let them know.
Yeah, me too.
I try not to give away too much, but I'll usually send them the link and say, hey, you need to go check this out. I don't actually say, hey, you won something. Go claim it. I just say, hey, you need to go check out this video.
I do. I spill the beans. You want something? Go over there.
Tank is singing row, row, row your boat.
Oh, man, you people. You're giving us all these songs that are going to get stuck. And Dawn Barkley says she has OCD. She said, so do I. She said, so I found that if you think of a catchy song you like, that you know, and will forget and sing it until the other song is gone, then you won't think of it again.
Oh, wow. Dina says her sinus kills her when it gets to the point where it's going to be rainy and humid.
Yarnbarf, 99 bottles of beer in the wall. They're starting it. Yeah, I talk about putting down floors so our signs are messed up. Well, out here in the woods, the whole back is woods, and we have wetlands back here. And I think it's mold counts for me. I think that's what, brings on my sinus problems is the mold count. Because like my cucumbers have that white spotty mold on the leaves on a couple of them. Do you know what I'm talking about, Crystal? That white spotty, you can wipe it off, but yeah. So I think that's what it is. Row, row, row your boat. Oh, you people.
And then somebody, Yarnbarf goes gently down the stream. Tina goes merrily, merrily, merrily.
I know, I've seen that. Oh, man.
Welcome in, Autumn.
Oh, Gina's video just popped up now, Crystal.
Okay.
Hi, Autumn.
It's okay, D. Yummy Elmo. I'm just gonna call you Elmo since I have a D here with me already. I'm just gonna call you Elmo for now. Kind of gets a little confusing.
Oh, it was done live.
Welcome in, Makeup Mom and Son and Tammy Woods.
Hi, ladies. Green Acres. Oh, no. Nita. Me and Mark were just talking about that the other day. Green Acres, how it would stick in your head. Life is but a dream. Shaboom. You probably don't know that song, Crystal.
Yeah, I think so. It's I can't remember who sang it originally, but it was in Clue, the movie Clue.
Yeah. She said she's using the ice cream 3-weight, and it's catching on itself and making that ring around the rosy vest. Yeah, I'm having all kinds of problems. Like I was just sitting here undoing a knot. You see how fuzzy this stuff is, Crystal? See how fuzzy it is?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really fuzzy, and the fibers wrap around each other. And every once in a while, I mean, it's soft, and the yarn is super soft, and I like the way the colorway works
Next to your name.
But man, this fuzz catches on everything and gets knotted and Yarnbarf, and Lord have mercy.
Yeah, I had a yarn like that, and it was very hard to frog out. You try to pull it out, catches and hangs up all on itself, and
I mean,
very irritating. You have to pull it out real slow.
Yeah,
okay.
It's super baby soft, and I mean, I really like the yarn, and I love the way it feels and everything. And the stitch definition is really nice, but it has that fuzz, and it just keeps catching. And I keep having to break these little fibers, to get it off the strand of yarn. Oh, hi, Cindy. Hi, Thresh. You're not late, girl. We're just chit-chatting. We're talking about songs that get stuck in your head. It's one thing. So if you see 89 bottles of beer on the wall, then you know what's up. And the row your boat. Kristen M
I
said
wonder who's saying, I mean, it's driving me crazy now. Life is but a dream. Shenandoah, maybe? Or was that the remake?
that might be the remake. I'm talking about a song from the 1950s. My mom used
That's
to
what I'm
listen
talking about. It was in Clue.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm talking about a song from the 50s. My mom used to play those oldies but goodies albums, if you guys ever know what I'm talking about. We had those in the house growing up. It was a lot of Motown. So I grew up listening to Motown, you know. And what's really funny is my mom loves rock and roll. So it's really funny. It's like she's in her 80s. And there's been times I've stopped by to see her and I can hear my mom in there playing Led Zeppelin. I'm sure she's a big hit at the senior building. She'd be listening to a whole lot of love. Oh man. My mom's so funny.
Welcome in Thris and Cindy and Kristen.
Cindy got in trouble for her emojis.
Yes, Melissa Shaboom. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who sang it or whatever.
Paradise Up Above. I can't sing, but yeah. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. It was in it.
Petticoat Jones.
Yeah, I grew up on my grandfather and my grandmother. I absolutely loved the Beach Boys and Roy Orbison. I like Buddy Holly. He's one of my favorites.
You know what I forgot, Chris? I forgot you live with your grandma, and she probably listens to that stuff, you know.
It's just happier music from back then. It was simple. It was.
Yeah. Crochet in Agreement says that I ruined some unforgettable ones trying to frog it because of that. Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of. Unforgettable. I tried to frog it and it.
Oh, that's one of my favorite yarns. That's why I'm okay with dealing with this. Unforgettable is one of my very favorite acrylic yarns. I love the color palette. I love all of, you know, I just love it. And it's like a 3-weight, you know, it is a little bit roving, but it is a 3-weight. And, you know, and it slides off your hook. I love that yarn. But it does have the fuzz. It does have the fuzz.
Thank you, Elena. People in here has already told me I won. I didn't know what I won, but thank you for letting me know. Welcome in, Lashira. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
Hi. Elena Swift says you won a ruby cotton cake, king cake. It's beautiful.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, I did like
that. Yes, scored, Crystal.
Dee's also saying, Elmo is saying to Thris and Stitches that she needs to go check out the video also.
Wow. What about me? Do I have to go check it out? Gina always has such beautiful yarn. I just love Gina. She's cute.
Yeah.
And she always gives away such beautiful yarn. Yeah, I like big band music. Yarnbarf, I do. Crochet in Agreement. I know, right? My mom's hilarious. I mean, she likes to rock. And she used to, like, when we were kids, she had a Marantz stereo. Do you guys remember Marantz? The big speakers and all that. And, I mean, our house would just be rocking. Like, we'd be all cleaning the house, and she'd, you know, give us all our jobs. And mine was usually dusting. That's why I hate dusting. But anyway, and putting away clothes. That's another reason I hate putting away clothes. But, you know, I do it anyway. But anyways, yeah, my mom would be just jamming. We jammed the whole block, you know. while we were cleaning the house and stuff. But she's still like that. She's in her 80s. She's rocking it out. But she also likes like Willie Nelson and, Kenny Rogers, stuff like that too. But she, yeah, one day I come up and she's playing Led Zeppelin. I'm like, oh, Mom. At least she doesn't have the Marantz stereo or she done been kicked out of that senior home. Because she'd be jamming. She didn't care.
Welcome in, Chris.
Hooray, I love Ozzy. Think to myself, oh, don't get me singing that one, Tank. That one will stick in my head for sure.
Oh, Demola. One album that I can't remember now.
Oh, I listen to all kinds of music. I'm not a big Metallica and AC/DC, right? I'm not a big rap fan, but there is a little bit of it that I've listened to that isn't horrible. I don't like all that, hateful stuff and talking nasty about women and all. I'm not going to tolerate that. I don't like that. So.
Only rap that I actually listen to, and I don't even listen to it really anymore, is Eminem.
Yeah, I actually know him, but yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
I know you've said that many times, and I'm like, I want to meet him. I went to one of his concerts, I think in 2005 when he did his Anger Management Tour 3. I got to go to a concert. That was so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know who Jelly Roll is?
No.
Oh, okay. Anybody out there? My son's like really good friends with him and Uncle Cracker, and he used to hang out with Kid Rock and Josie and all them guys. So they used to be over at my house all the time. So, but now they're all famous. They were young then.
Yeah.
But see, that's never really been my kind of music,
Yeah. My music is more along the lines of 3 Days Grace and Breaking Benjamin and Trapped. Kind of like rock, but not heavy metal. Like where they scream, I can't stand that. If you can't understand what they're saying, no, I ain't going there. My brother listens to that, and I have to tell him, turn it down or I'm going to throw it out the window or out the door. I can't stand it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the women bashing music, or it depends on what mood I'm in. Like I can listen to everything from Cat Stevens and who else? James Taylor. I listen to everything from that all the way up to Metallica or whatever. My brother used to roadie for a bunch of heavy metal bands, and I've been around music my whole life and famous people, and it's just because of my brother roadieing, blah blah blah, whatever. And so like I've met all of Metallica and a bunch of headbanging like radical people that my brother used to roadie for, and so I've listened to all different kinds of music. It just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like for you headbangers out there, like I'm really good friends with Dave from Clutch. You guys know who Clutch is. It's like I know a bunch of people out there like that. But yeah, see, Ray grew up around musicians too. Yeah, me too. My ex-husband of 20 years, his family were all musicians. And like his dad, played the bass, his brother played drums, and so they were in miscellaneous bands where they'd sit in, when that person came to town or whatever, if they needed somebody. So yeah, Stevie Nicks, Bonnie Raitt, love those guys.
Melissa has seen Breaking Benjamin in concert. You are so lucky. They are coming to Texas sometime this year, and I so wish I could go. They are my all-time favorite band. I listen to their songs out of any of my favorite music groups. They're the top one. And Thris has seen 3 Days Grace and Disturbed in concert. That is so awesome. Right before the pandemic started. It was amazing, she says. That is cool. I also like Trapped. I'd like to see them in concert. I don't know if they're actually still together or not.
What's going on with Ola Joe Yarnbarf? I'm missing something here.
They're trying to, somebody's trying to find out if she goes live today or not.
Oh, okay. Take those old records off the shelf, yeah. We're all musicians. Tina Reimer said that we're all musicians in my family.
Hi, Michelle. Welcome in. How are you? Oh, that's great, Michelle. I'm so glad you arrived in good condition.
Oh, Smash Mouth. I'm reading, she said her ex-husband was a musician DJ. He worked for a local radio station who threw big shows. So she got to meet a lot of pop and rock type groups. She met Smash Mouth and got to hang out in their dressing room. Very cool.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Ray's cousin plays in Plethora.
Plethora?
I've never heard of them.
Michelle Underwood says she got her hook in perfect condition and she loves it.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. I had checked the tracking yesterday and it said it was in your state. And I was just waiting to check the tracking today, but I hadn't. So Yarn says, I saw Moody Blues in concert twice, The Who at Madison Square Garden, and John Denver in concert at Madison Square Garden. That's awesome.
Shinedown. I like Shinedown.
Tank can't handle crowds.
Ray says that Rusty Wright used to babysit her. Who's Rusty Wright? I'm trying to catch everything everybody's saying.
I have no clue.
I love John Denver. My mom used to listen to him all the time.
Levin Loops and More says, I met Willa Ford, Aaron Carter. I'd like to meet Nick Carter. That would be pretty cool. When he was a little kid, Dream Puffy's girl group. Oh, wow. Shinedown's pretty good, too. That's cool you got to see them.
Bruce says in the early 2000s, she crowd surfed the Papa Roach concert. You go, Thread.
I remember that guy. Christy says, I met Michael Jackson when he was still a kid. He wasn't famous yet. He was a witness at the time.
Country Roads. Yeah, I always love John Denver. Lisa keeps having to go, and her dog's old, and let him outside, back in, and let him outside. I feel you. I got the same thing going on with Bo Diddley.
Welcome in, Melanie Jones. She's working and driving.
Oh, okay.
Doing okay. I've been feeling kind of punked the last couple of days, but
she's starting to feel bad and I feel better, so.
Hi, Lisa the Grammy. Welcome back.
Oh, I've been to so many concerts. Hundreds. I couldn't even name them all. But my favorite band is Aerosmith. And I've been to, you know, when I was 11, 12 years old, Steven Tyler was my boyfriend in my head. You know what I'm saying? He was my crush. And all the girls loved Donny Osmond and all them kind of guys, not me. I loved Steven Tyler. And they used to tease me about my time. You kiss that big old ugly mouth. You're darn right I would. Sure would. I love him. Always have loved him. But I've seen Aerosmith probably 10, 15 times. Alice Cooper, I used to go to his concert every Halloween. Ted Nugent, I used to go to his concerts every New Year's Eve. He'd have the Whiplash Bash on New Year's Eve here in Detroit. And I've been to so many concerts, I couldn't even tell you. And I've, you know, met a lot of famous people too, so I've been backstage at a lot too. I've seen the Judds and I've seen a lot of country music and like I said, I'm all over the place with music. It just kind of depends how I'm feeling that day to what I'm listening to. I've seen so many people. I could go on for days. It's not even worth me sitting here trying to tell you. Styx, yep, I've seen Styx. I've seen Prince. Aerosmith. Yeah, I've seen Kid Rock at Comerica, the new baseball stadium. He played there, and I've seen him there. Grateful Dead. I would love to go to a Grateful Dead concert. It would be so fun. I'm an old hippie chick. That would be just so fun. Yeah, it's a bummer. Jerry definitely never got to see him.
Thank you, Michelle. You know what? Take over the fort for just a second, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, Crystal's not been feeling well today, so I told her, so you can do what you got to do, girl, and go get yourself something to drink or, you know, whatever. You've never been to a concert, Dina? Oh, my gosh, I've been to so many. Oh, man. Back in the day, I just would go to every concert I had money to buy a ticket for. And then, like I said, my brother roadied, so I went to a lot of those. And, you know, my ex-husband's family. And, you know, I went and seen, you know, Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin. And I went and seen, I don't know if you guys remember this, when they were the Firm. It was like Bad Company singer, you know, Led Zeppelin's guitar player. I'm trying to remember, but I couldn't believe I was in the same room with him. And I was like this close. I mean, I'm not kidding you. He was hanging his feet off the stage, playing his guitar with a glass. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm in the same room. I'm in the same room. You know, I mean, I've been to concerts where it just floored me, you know. And then I've been to other concerts where I was too busy goofing around. We got a place here called Pine Knob. And it's all on a grassy hill. And you could buy pavilion seats right next to the stage, or you could buy the hill seats. And the hill went up like this, and you just sat on a blanket, like having a picnic, and watch concerts. So I've done a lot of concerts like that on the hill, and that's always fun. There's always craziness going on. But I had taken my daughter, Judy. She's my youngest daughter. And Judy's deaf, okay? My youngest daughter is deaf. So is my grandson and her old man and everybody. So, you know, we have deaf people in the family. So I took Judy with us, you know, because she could feel the bass beat in the ground or the floor or whatever, you know, and she always enjoyed music. So anyways, took her and her girlfriend, who's also deaf, and me and my ex-husband, and I think there was a couple other people there. Anyways, we were up on the hill, and this was for a music festival, and there was like 5 bands playing that day and whatever, and we just spent the whole day there. Well, they started raining, and everybody's bringing out these plastic raincoats and whatever, and this concert started getting a little carried away, and people started pulling up the sod and throwing the sod, and they had watermelons. Everybody was having watermelon because they were having picnics, and everybody started throwing watermelon rinds of watermelons and sod. And I mean, you were just covered in mud. I know it sounds terrible, but it was so fun. And we were just covered in mud. So me and my ex-husband put our backs to each other, and we're, you know, watching everybody, making sure we didn't get hit and whatever. Well, my daughter got hit with a watermelon. fell down the hill. You know, by this time it was all mud because they're ripping up the side. Fell down the hill, and for some reason the sprinkler system came on, shot up between her legs and shot her back up the hill. It was that strong. Like it shot one of her legs and just kind of zoomed her up the hill. She's never forgotten that. She's like 38 years old, and she still talks about that concert because it turned into a mud. I mean, we were literally inches deep in mud all over us. And we laughed. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Oh, had a blast. I think we seen, it was a bunch of alternative bands, I think, or grunge bands. I don't remember. It was like this radio was having this big festival, this radio station. You know, that was so funny. That was just so funny. Yeah, I love to watch people watch Tooth Thrust. I love it. You know, just watch it. We put our backs to each other and just watch, make sure we didn't get hit with a watermelon or whatever. And we had my daughter and her friend here and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was fun. But my daughter did end up getting hit with some of the watermelon. Yeah, it was like Woodstock. It was just crazy. But we had a ball. We just had a ball. But it was like an all-day event, you know, so you brought your cooler and all that. And you stayed up on the hill on a blanket. And you take a nap or whatever, you know. It's just cool. We had a lot of fun. Like I said, my daughter still talks about that concert. I know, wasn't it funny? My poor daughter, she still laughs about it to this day. I mean, she fell down and slid down the mud on that hill, and the sprinkler system was shot on and shot and hit her leg, like on the inside of her thigh. Shot and hit her leg and zoomed her back up the hill. We were oh my God. She wasn't hurt or nothing. Otherwise, it wouldn't be funny. But she wasn't hurt or nothing. It was just crazy. Oh, I bet you do hear the wildest things, Thrust. That's like my daughter. You know, my daughter's deaf. I just got done telling you. And we'll be in a restaurant, and she can read somebody's lips all the way across the room or through a window and see people out in the parking lot. She'll say, oh, that person just broke up with their boyfriend, or they're on the phone arguing with their mom. And she knows because she can read their lips far away or sideways. You know, she can read what they're saying. People think they're getting away with something. She can hear. I mean, she can't hear, but she knows exactly what everybody's saying, you know, because she's really good at reading the lips. Yeah, but her sense of sight and things like that and smell are really keen. You know, they say when you lose one sense, you gain another. I didn't know if that was so much true, but as she's gotten older, at least in her case, it is true. Her other senses heighten, you know. And my cousin actually is a professor, and she teaches as blind life coping mechanisms, you know, how to get through it, you know, do different things or whatever. And she also convert books into Braille. And matter of fact, she was just here. It was her mom, my auntie, that passed. And anyway, so, you know, we're around deaf folks and blind folks and all that, you know, in my family all the time. It's always been like that. So. Yeah, Cindy, that is memory maker moments, you know. Elaine is saying Thrift and Stitches won some green yarn and a hank. That's what she won from Gina.
Awesome.
Yes, I do know sign language. Yeah, I do. And not as good as I would like to. Like, you know, I can catch what my daughter and them are saying or, you know, whatever, talk back a little bit to my grandson. But I wanted my daughter to speak. And so I learned very minimal sign language, but as I gotten older, I've picked up more. But excuse me, I'm sorry. My daughter speaks so well that you would just think she had like a small speech impediment. And they actually asked me to go before the Board of Education and tell them how I taught her to speak. You know, explain to them how I went about it so they could use some of my methods, which was really cool. I thought, you know, it was like pat on the back, good for me, you know. I felt good about that. I was proud, you know, that they wanted to know how I taught her to speak because she spoke so well. And my daughter's completely deaf, you know, so yeah, so that was, you know, pretty cool. And you know, basically, you know, she was a tiny baby and I put her hand on my throat and sing to her, even though I can't sing, you know. I put her hand on my throat. And then when she got a little bit older, like I would open my mouth so she could see how my tongue looked when I was saying certain words. Or I put her hand in front of my mouth and, you know, like she could feel the breath when you speak, the different breath,
Yeah.
like that. So that's how I taught her. I mean, there's many more steps, but that's how I taught my daughter to speak. And a lot of her friends can't speak at all. Or when they do, I mean, you can tell, that definitely tell that they're deaf. Not that problem, but you can definitely tell that they're deaf. My daughter has a 9-to-5 job. She runs maintenance. She runs maintenance for a construction company, does roofing and plumbing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, she's something else. She teaches women how to play Texas Hold'em, blackjack. She's been all over the United States with her bowling. She is in cornhole tournaments, if you know what that is. She was into Tai Chi. She ran marathons. She used to run the Boston Marathon, all that. She's a runner. And
Wow.
yeah, she actually, her and Leia Ali, Muhammad Ali's daughter, used to run together. Yeah, and she knows
Wow.
a lot of famous people too. Some of her friends are in the MMA, or the ultimate fighting, all that stuff. And yeah, so yeah, I do know some sign language. I made that very long, but yeah, we speak sign language in my family. My youngest son is deaf in one ear and he has partial hearing in the other, so he's what they call hearing impaired. And so we have to make sure he's looking at us when he speaks to us or whatever. But he does have some
I'll be right back.
neurological damage. Oh yeah, no problem. He does have some neurological damage. It was all what the doctor told me. Now I took them to the specialist. I wanted to know why they were deaf. We never had deaf people in our family before this, but here's my children with hearing impairment problems. And basically, the man who created microsurgery for the cochlear implant was my daughter's doctor. He passed away a long time ago, but my daughter doesn't have a cochlear implant. We decided against it. I had a bad dream and that was it. Anyways, it's a kind of a long story, that part of it. But anyway, he told me, he said, that it was probably Agent Orange. Like he looked through the family and my ex-husband's father had Agent Orange or whatever. And there was probably Agent Orange related. The neurological problems, like it skipped a generation. And he said, but I'll tell you right now, Dee, you'll never get anybody to write that down. So, it was one of those things, like you could sue the government. So I could never get a doctor to say, yeah, that was what caused it. But that's what I was told. And then when Judy was getting ready to go to high school, or no, she was leaving high school. She had graduated. She wanted to go into graphic design. They kept trying to get her to do culinary arts or horticulture. And it ticked me off, to be totally honest with you, because it's like, if you're disabled, they want to put you into this little slot. And, I got really mad about it. I said, I don't want my daughter cutting grass, and I have nothing to do with horticulturists. I have no problem at all with culinary arts. It's all up to you. That's a personal thing, but it made me mad. And I said, I don't want my daughter flipping burgers or mowing grass. Okay, she wants to graphic design. She's an excellent artist and she's really good on the computer, and I think she can do it. And they said, well, you have to find a teacher. No problem. I found one in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and I set up a meeting with him. And I had heard that he had taught disabled kids at that time. That's what we were told. Disabled kids graphic design, all that kind of stuff. And so, long story short, he had a deaf roommate in college, so he knew sign language. And he had also had a degree in teaching disabled children. Well, adolescents. And so I talked him into it. And I told him, I said, listen, I explained to him about the flipping burgers and mowing grass stuff. And I said, listen, Let's try her for one semester. If you're willing to give it a shot, you will be amazed at how well she reads the lips and is aware of her surroundings. I said, if you will give her one semester, and we'll see how she does. If she doesn't do well, you tell me, that's it, we're out of here. I said, but if she does do well, you'll give her a chance. And he said, yes. And everybody was amazed that I got this man to teach her, but I did. And my daughter had a job at the newspaper, doing graphic design for advertisements and everything. She did awesome. She actually graduated from that technical school. She lived in the dorm, which broke my heart, having my baby away from me. But she lived in the dorm, and she graduated from that technical school. And she actually has a degree in graphic design. So, and they all said she couldn't do it, and they all said that she would be flipping burgers or mowing grass. You know, they try to cubby hole, you know, people with disabilities into these little slots. And that's not fair. Like, I could not find anyone. She wanted to learn how to figure skate. I tried for years to find somebody to teach her figure skating. You know what they would tell me? Well, she can't hear the music. There ain't no point. No, but she could feel the music. You know? I mean, stuff like that. I mean, man, I'll tell you what, that kind of stuff just ticks me off. Yeah, you know, I've been through the ringer with that. But she's a very successful human being. I mean, she does a lot of stuff, and she owns her own house, drives a brand new car. You know what I'm saying? She did good for herself. She went out of graphic design because of some bad things that happened at work and whatnot. And her father taught her how to fix furnaces and do plumbing and roofing and whatever. Now she, you know, she does it for a construction company. So she does really well for herself. She's very fit, you know, real body conscious, you know. Yeah, you shouldn't make mama bears mad, that's for sure. And I'm being nice when I tell you the story. Let me tell you, I went after them. That made me so mad because I knew what they were trying to do. They were trying to make her, you know, in a kitchen in some little diner somewhere flipping burgers, or they were trying to get her to be a landscaper. And I'm not talking about landscape design or, you know, a career. I mean, I'm talking mow the grass, weed it. You know, I knew what they were doing because I'd seen them do it to other kids that I knew had more potential. And believe me, if I got a hold of their parents, I told their parents about it too. Like, you know, you can do something about this, you know? So anyways, yeah, so the special ed board wanted to hear how I taught her how to speak. And, you know, they were kind of laughing about the way, you know, I've been on everybody's butt since she was little, but I want to make sure she got a fair shake, you know? And I do the same for anybody else's kid.
Hi, Gloria. Welcome in.
I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent, but we were talking about disabilities and things like that. And
it's okay.
People are asking, you know, if I knew how to sign language and stuff like that. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Thorsta's saying she went to a school for the blind, and they did that to her too. It was either be a wife, live with your folks forever, or work deplorable conditions on an assembly line. Yep. Yep. Terrible. Nope. They don't take accountability. That Agent Orange, you know, we could have sued the government. A lot of people did, but they started getting on the doctors for saying that, you know, and her doctor did some serious research. And that's what it was about. So, but, you know, I could never get a doctor to write it on paper, and her doctor ended up passing away, and he was the only one that was on my side. So, but yeah, you don't want to make those mama bears mad, that's for sure. Or dog mamas. Yeah, you don't want to make us dog parents or cat parents mad either when it comes to our babies.
Yep. So true.
Yeah. Comes to our
Every
babies.
time we would have a neighbor's dog loose that they usually keep chained up, I'm sitting there, you know, or our old neighbors we used to have. She would let her dogs out, just run around, wouldn't even watch it. Well, she watched them. And then one of her dogs that she had before that, she didn't watch closely, and it got ran over.
Oh, see, that just makes me mad. You know, Same with if you're going to have kids, if you're going to have dogs, if you're going to have kids, you have to be responsible for them. You know, I mean, your chickens even. You have to be responsible for your chickens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People just, I don't know, they just tick me off. And then the dog gets killed, you know, because of their negligence. Yeah. You know, come on.
Exactly.
Now. You know, that just makes me so mad.
Me, I'm sitting here worried about where my cats are almost every time I go outside. If I don't see Oreo, I'll ask my mom, have you seen Oreo today? And I'll look until I find her. I don't want to find her in my neighbor's yard or in the pasture dead somewhere. I want to make sure she's okay. So every time I go outside, I'm checking to see where she's at. But I know she's a good girl. She don't go off like Tom does. But speaking of Tom, I got a story to tell everybody. He's been coming at night. Y'all know he disappeared back in April, and he was gone for several weeks before he actually showed back up. Well, he's been coming every night and eating, and each night I get a little bit closer to him, little bit closer. And last night I had a toy outside, and it was like you could see where he wanted to kind of play, but he was still scared. And he almost pounced on the toy that I was playing with. That's a big improvement for him. I was like, oh, I was excited to tell my mom this morning. He almost played ahead in my hand last night. I was excited. Oh, that's neat, Joanna.
Yeah, it wasn't, at least it wasn't nothing like, you know, she needed tubes in her ears. You know, I don't want to get all technical, but you know, for lack of a better word, the sound waves go up to your brain from your ear. Mm-hmm. That connection is not connected. And so there's nothing, no surgery, you know, nothing other than the cochlear implant. And, you know, I mean, there was just all kinds of weird circumstances when I was considering getting it. And there was just like a lot of weird things. A terrible dream I had. My neighbor came down, said he dreamt about it, which was really weird. And said, is Judy going in for surgery? I had a dream that something bad happened. And I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done. She's not getting this surgery. I didn't like the way it made me feel anyway. Like, you know, she wants to be deaf. She can be deaf. Like right now, she's an activist for the deaf community, you know, and she's against cochlear implants and stuff like that. She says, why does us not being able to hear make us any different from anybody else? We have our own community, our own way of speaking, our own way of, you know, like that. And she's an advocate for the deaf. And I'm glad that we decided as a family not to get that cochlear implant. I'm very glad.
Dina, that's awesome. Your daughter got 6 chickens.
Nice.
No, I do not have any kids. My animals are my kids.
Yeah, see, you know, Lisa, I don't have anything against the cochlear implant. I mean, that to each his own. My daughter has a problem with it. Being deaf, she thinks that you should wait till someone is an adult and let them make the choice whether they want to hear, you know, because that's not regular hearing. The cochlear implant is almost like a robot voice of various sounds. So it's not like we hear. So that's not what happens when they put that cochlear implant in, you know. And so my daughter thinks it's a decision that should be made as an adult by that person, because that is a very serious surgery. They drill a hole in their skull and implant stuff inside, and it's a serious surgery. It's magnetic, so they can stick the thing they have to wear on it, and so that's like a serious surgery. And I agree. I think that, adults should make that decision, but that's just me. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not, downing anybody for their opinions, or things that they've done, to each his own, I'm a live and let live kind of person. I accept everybody. I don't judge nobody. And, You do what's good for you. That's what matters, So, but anyways, yeah. So I decided against the cochlear implant, but I don't have any problems with it. People that have them, I mean, decided that for their kids. It's up to them. It's an individual choice.
Hi, Deanna Needle and Hookborough. Welcome in. Hi, Sally. Welcome in, Laura's Block Ministries.
Yeah, that is sad when people drop off the feral kitties. That's so sad. And that's nice that you take care of them, Tina. Hi, Laura Block Ministries. Yeah, dreams do warn us, Tina. I agree. Sometimes, but I'm so glad that I listened to that, part of myself. Yeah, everything should be an individual decision, Nancy. Yes, everything should be. And bye, Sally. Yeah. I just think that's such a major surgery and that's so life altering. There's a lot that if you ever look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a lot that goes with that cochlear implant. And I think it should be, their decision whether they want to have that. So, like I said, that's just me.
Dana says, I always believe in dreams warn us. I believe that too. My mom had several before my grandpa had his heart attacks and congestive heart failure. So one was like, I think 2 months, one was 6 weeks, and then one was 2 weeks. So yes, I do believe that too.
Dina said if she had the money, she'd have a rescue. I know, man. I mean, I got 4 dogs. We got Mark's brother's dogs. So we've got 5 dogs here. We got a kitty. I was thinking about chickens and peacocks. And, yeah, me too. I have to slow down and think about it now.
I'll be right back. My mother's calling. Hold on.
What did you never realize, Nancy? I was just reading your comment. I never realized that. Hi, everybody. If I haven't said hello. My mom used to tell me never to dream about her. I know, right? Hi, Zella. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Asa, welcome in.
Yeah, the implant, Nancy. Yeah, that is serious business. And if they do have any hearing, when they do that surgery, it takes it away. So say someone only has 20% hearing, okay, and that's how they're used to getting around and surviving, with their natural instincts. Once they get that cochlear implant, that 20% is gone. They have no hearing, and they have to solely rely upon the cochlear implant. And it isn't like I said, like our hearing. It isn't like it at all. It's more of a tone thing, more robotic and whatever. So do they want to lose the little bit of hearing they may have left?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have to wrap this up. And my grandmother's just getting home, and we've been on here in almost an hour and 40 minutes. And yeah, I'm starting to feel kind of so I'm going to have to go, everyone. And maybe if I eat something, I'll feel a little bit better, hopefully.
Yeah, I hope you feel better, girl.
Me too.
But we shouldn't talk about yarn very much, did we? Oh, geez. I get chit-chatting. I get chit-chat. I can help it. I'm long-winded. I know it. I own it.
It's okay. But I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming in and chatting with me and Dee. And I think I think it's on Saturday this week instead of Friday. My live with Alicia was rescheduled. It'll be, I think, Saturday at 4 Central.
Yeah, and then you can come over and
do a Big Tiny's Outdoors. Welcome in, and thanks for stopping in. So I want to just say thank you to everybody, and I hope y'all have a great rest of the day. And take care and stay safe, everybody. Thank you for all the well wishes.
Yeah.
Bye,
I hope you feel
everybody.
better. So I'll see you later. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.